Hello. Say hello.
Hello.
um, Today we're going to talk about Rooks' hero. Rooks is a very good hero suggester from playdota.com. Uh, we're going to look at one of his heroes today. The hero's the source. His name is Incarnum. Um, he'll give you a short explanation about the hero, background story, theme, explain the abilities real quick, and after that we're going to talk about general stuff like synergy, balance, and other cool stuff. So, okay, Rooks, begin whenever you're ready.
Okay. Thanks for having me.
Pleasure is all mine.
Okay. Let's see. I guess we can go over the background story first.
Okay,
Um, the background story is when three mages tried to harness the power of the Philosopher's Stone for the rulers of Crystal City, Incarnum was born. As their souls were torn and combined into one being, they found that the stone they had attempted to turn into the Philosopher's Stone had granted them power over magic itself. Instead of making a weapon, they became a weapon of immense power.
okay.
Did I read too fast?
No, it was okay.
Oh, okay.
And go through the theme, please.
And the theme, history. The source is usually the source of all magic. Um, in Chronicles of the Necromancer, the source is divided between the land and in the form of an underground river that can be healed and damaged like an act into a building. The general idea for this hero came from reviewing Rackus, Hemamancer.
Okay. Well, would you like to talk something about the story, or should we talk with start with the abilities?
We can talk about the story. But
Okay.
the main theme is like magic itself or magic incarnate.
In its like magic in its pure yeah, I got it. It's like I
Okay.
mean magic in its pure form.
Yeah.
Okay. Continue please.
Oh, so what do you think about the story?
One moment. Stupid me forgot to put in the headphones.
Oh,
I totally forgot that your voice may be like heard like as an echo. Okay, well, I personally like the story. Some things can of course be added, but uh, the theme of combining like three characters into one is quite cool. I like that part a lot. Um, Also, like the part you said about it being like pure magic gives quite a lot of versatility. Like let's say if all those three mages were like specified in like, of course we'll see the theme of the abilities. What's going to be like? I mean, how to explain this? Uh, since it's pure like magic, it will reflect probably like the personalities of the characters, and with abilities you can like judge what kind of people they were. For example, actually I'm going to not give you examples, but I like it quite a lot. Some things of course can be added, but as a base it's quite good. Well, yeah, I think that's about what as much as I can say.
okay.
If you want, I can say some more things as suggestions, but would
Yeah, what do you suggest for the background?
should I talk about the thing we mentioned? The thing I mentioned, like the three different personality stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, well, like I already said, something that I liked about the story is that it combines three people, and like let's say, for example, in the current story, it says that they have to like harness some power from like the stone for the city. But what if They were exiled by the city and they were forced to find this stone. And whoever returns it, he will, I don't know, either be promoted to something or just be allowed to be in the city. I don't know. Anyway, uh, let's say that one of the heroes finds it, and after that, the others like ambush him, and in some way that triggers uh, the stone, and it somehow combines their bodies. And all three mages can be uh, like with drastically different personalities. Actually, they cannot be like different, like specifically mages. They can be like a mage, a priest, or maybe pyromancer or something like that. Just examples. And the way it can be done is like they cannot properly combine because they're drastically different personalities, and like for each personality there is an ability which reflects like what kind of person he is, and when you cast like a spell, it will be with an accent of the person it reflects. Like each ability, like I said, will reflect the different personality, and each one will have like its own different accent and stuff like that, kind of like a crazy person. And Nikes, I guess, he can be a good example of such a hero. And as the ultimate, it will like combine all three voices or into one, uh, like not kind of like how Jakiro sounds, but it's going to be one unique voice with like a very epic voice with an echo, like when casting the ability to make it super like cool. And yeah, in my opinion, that would be something quite good for the story. I think we should carry on with the abilities.
Okay. Um, One thing I want to point out about the background story about your suggestion is that a lot of Dota 2 heroes already are exiled, so
Oh, you have what?
a lot of Dota 2 heroes are already exiled.
Yeah, you have a point there. Well, that was just an example, of course. A lot of things can be done for a background story.
Actually.
Okay, so let's continue with the abilities.
Okay, the first ability, Sacred Lands. Incarnum blesses the Incarnum blesses the land, causing spells in the area to become unstable.
No problem. Okay,
This spell it basically removes buffs and disables from
debuffs.
yeah, debuffs and disables. But I'm thinking about I don't know.
Would you
Yeah, I
like
might change it, but
explain the ability? After that, we'll talk about changes.
okay. Basically, it removes buffs and disables from the from anybody within the AOE within the area,
Yes.
and it's a ground based ability.
Yeah.
Um, and it replenishes mana every time a buff is
Removed.
removed.
Okay, so it's a ground-based AoE ability. It affects enemies and allies as well. Each debuff removed increases like regenerates your mana and has a max mana regen, like mana restored of 400. Okay. Um, would you like to say something about the ability, uses and stuff like that?
Oh yeah. Basically, it's used like in the beginning of battle or during crucial times. Like you want to use it like to maximize like your carry's potential, and then when the spell is over, everybody casts their stuns and stuff. You would have
Also,
to time it.
also like actually when you cast it on someone, uh, it will last for like several seconds, and any debuff on the hero will also be like removed. Or okay, like it kind of works like a Lincoln sphere, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. So
Except it's in a ground-based AOE.
yes, but it doesn't like it instantly like removes the debuffs, but it also for like let's say units who already didn't have a debuff, it will give them this protection for several seconds, in which if they are affected by a debuff, it will be removed. It does it work like that?
Can you repeat that?
Like uh, enemies in the AoE, like enemies and allies, get their buffs and debuffs removed. Okay, and let's say allies who had no buffs, no debuffs, have like a shield, uh, miniature Lycan sphere, and which will protect them from like one debuff or buff casted on them or something like that. Like a temporary Lincoln sphere.
Oh yeah. That makes sense for allies, right?
Yes.
Is that what you're suggesting, just for allies?
Well, yeah. If it's for enemies, it's going to be quite useless then.
That is true. But then it would be an ultimate instead of a regular skill.
Mm, I don't know. Well, we'll discuss that later on, I guess.
Okay.
Let's okay. Let's check out his second ability.
Arcane shield. Basically it lowers damage, but it calculates it by um Incarnum's total mana,
Okay.
and it also lowers the mana of nearby enemies.
Um. Uh. As you already like mentioned in our like test chat, yeah, like you're not completely certain on the percentages, but let's say a hero has 1,000 mana points. Sorry guys for bringing up the calculator. Uh, okay.
1,000 times
Okay,
point
I'm
oh
okay. I'm
three,
pathetic.
which is 30. So
How
the
much?
30 damage. So a
Could you repeat the percentage?
3% is or point oh three times 1,000 equals 30.
Yeah, that's actually going to be quite good. Um, because in the later stages of the game, heroes do have a lot more mana. Though, when you think about it, a lot of carries which actually don't need all that much mana to begin with, won't have that much of a mana pool, and this is supposed to counter those heroes with a high DPS. So a hero like let's say a hero who let's say Shredder. He's a hero which tries to like has a lot of items which give him raw mana points, and decreasing his damage won't actually do much against him. He's still going to cast all his abilities. So this will need some kind of a change in my opinion, because its main purpose is to reduce damage, but it reduces damage for the wrong targets, like not the main priority targets, the carries.
Oh no, it calculates it by Incarnum's mana, not by enemy's mana. I
Oh,
changed that.
my
Yeah, I
bad,
changed that.
my bad. Well, in that case, yes, it's going to be actually quite good in that case.
But Incarnum gets um let's see, 24 times 2.7, 2.7 times 25 plus 24 times 13. Without items, he has 1,000 damage. So at level 3, that's like 10.03. That's 35 damage he decreases.